Hey everybody, Mrs. McKenna here. We are going to be looking at and analyzing Act 5, Scene 2 of Romeo and Juliet using my Shakespeare.com and some of my commentary, which I'll be adding here and there. Juliet, while this scene is happening, she is in the Capulet Monument. And she is kind of in like a trance-like state where it seems that she's dead, but she's really alive. She will be waking up soon. Remember, it's been hot in Verona. Tybalt's body is in there with her, and it's probably not the most pleasant place to be. Romeo, on the other hand, just received news that Juliet is dead and buried, which we know is not the case. She's not really dead. And Romeo just bought some poison, and he is headed to Juliet's tomb where he is going to sadly commit suicide. In the meantime, we're going to see Friar Lawrence and Friar John have a conversation. Friar Lawrence sent a letter to Romeo to tell him that Juliet really isn't dead, everything's going to be okay, and we're going to find out that letter never got to Romeo, which we already know. So let's find out why that letter did not get to Romeo. Let's take a listen.
Holy Franciscan Friar, Brother Ho.
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate me, here in this city visiting the sick, and finding him. The searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors, and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
So Friar John had the letter. He was going to bring it to Romeo, but he couldn't. He was visiting some sick people in the town, and the health inspectors thought that they were in a house that had the Black Plague. So what happened was when they were in the house, these health inspectors closed up the house. They put wood over the doors. The people couldn't get out. They were quarantined in the house for a few days. They couldn't get out. They were literally locked in by the government officials. And eventually, when they did get out, Friar John came right to Friar Lawrence and said, I couldn't get the letter. So the Black Plague was a very big issue during Shakespeare's time. And the people were literally quarantined in their houses until they showed everything was okay, much like what's going on with the pandemic of 2020 as I record this. So let's keep listening, and we're going to find out about this letter.
Who bare my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee. So fearful were they of infection.
So Friar John couldn't hire a messenger to bring the letter to Romeo because everyone was afraid they were going to catch this disease from Friar John. So Friar Lawrence knows this is not a good situation. Romeo does not know that Juliet is still alive. It's not good.
Unhappy fortune. By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
So Friar John is going to bring an iron crowbar to Friar Lawrence because Friar Lawrence now needs to break into Juliet's tomb so that someone is there when she wakes up. Let's keep listening.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
So Friar Lawrence has a lot of plans throughout this play, okay? At the beginning of the play, Romeo had only just met Juliet, and Friar Lawrence says, yes, I will marry you two. You've only known each other a few hours, but it might stop this family feud. And then he marries the two of them, goes through with it. we see he helps to sneak Romeo into Juliet's bedroom. We see he helps with Romeo running away to Mantua. He stops Juliet from killing herself by giving her a magic potion that makes her appear dead. He prevents the marriage to Paris, and he was supposedly going to reunite Romeo and Juliet. That did not work out. So his plan right now, he's going to write to Romeo again. We know Romeo's already on his way. Okay. And he's going to keep Juliet at his room until Romeo comes. And that's the plan. So we have both Friar Lawrence and Romeo on the way to Juliet's tomb. So we're going to keep listening to Act 5, the last scene of the play, in our next recording. Friar Lawrence is headed to Juliet's tomb. Romeo is headed to Juliet's tomb, and there's going to be someone else headed to Juliet's tomb as well. So keep listening. Thanks.